Good morning, everyone. I'm Bondar JR, also known as the Silver Wolf, also simply known most days as Ron. Seth, good to see you. Dark Ivan, good to see you. Xurdaben and Jerry Can, Scimitar. Scimitar, I missed you. Booga, almonxy. Man, you guys are all here. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, I need to do the green screen. I like the spinning world behind me. It makes me feel like a king. So. But good to see all you guys. Dark Ivan asked me about what's the message to the live universe and everything, and I should remember that, but I do not. I said 23, but that's not right. I need a tool shed. Yeah, I do need a tool shed at the new place. We have a water pump room, and I think that's what I'm going to use it for, is a tool shed as well. So, but great minds think alike, Scimitar. 42, is that it? 42. I couldn't remember. So, yeah. I do have on my stream Ask Me Anything, but it does not say I will know the answer. No. But anyway, so we're going to stream some EVE Online today. Didn't get to that, but I may have to take a small break here in a couple minutes. My wife is actually out shopping, and she took her keys with her, but heaven forbid she actually opened the door herself. So I may have to go open the door for her. But anyway, I am actually going to do a quick mission. To get our dailies. Hey. We don't do that. Abigail is saying hello to everybody. I looked over the belts, about half of them in mind. I don't know who else besides us is mining them. Yeah, it's got to be somebody on the opposite end of the time zone. Jerry Can said that they're there on during his morning, so it'll be about 12 hours from us. So I just need to log in right after downtime and see. So it looks like they're mining them out right after downtime, but it doesn't seem like they're getting all of them every day. Hey, hold on a second. You want to say hello? Come say hello. Oh, I lost my connection. There's my beautiful wife, and look, we're love team. Yeah. Love team. I didn't even try that. I forgot you were wearing orange. Yeah.
Okay.
The game disconnected. I'm in bed.
He just signed me the paper.
All right, hold on a second. All right, sorry about that. So yeah, so you guys got a special treat. You got to see the wife. All right, let me see if I can get reconnected. Somehow it disconnected Falstaff, but did not disconnect Kragan again. Here's Kragan. Oh yeah. Don't ask me why. What else is new, right? What else is new? And unfortunately, now my screens are screwed up. Because now it's not showing the right one. Promised me heaven, then put me through hell. Chains of love got a hold on me. All right, let me see if I can get them straightened out here. They're both showing the same one. Never a dull moment. There it goes. All right, now we're good. Some days, then pay to get out of bed. So yeah, already it's gonna start. So, but yeah, she had to go to the municipality today, so you guys will get a kick out of this. So my problem with my name, been ongoing problem. My name was put wrong on our marriage certificate here in the Philippines. We were married in America, but the marriage certificate had to be transferred here to the Philippines in order to be legal here. Blah 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 blah. Here in the Philippines, everyone goes by. They do not have middle names assigned. They're not middle names given at birth. So the American standard of having a middle name given at birth is strange. And in the Philippines, your middle name is your mother's maiden name. So what they did, since it's a Filipino form, is they changed my name to match the Filipino standard, which changed my middle name. So then when I went to try and get my permanent residency, they said, sorry, marriage certificate, since I'm being sponsored by my wife for permanent residency, marriage certificate does not match your passport. So too bad, so sad. And so we're trying to get that changed. And it has been a freaking nightmare. So the latest is the head of the municipality civil registry office, contacted the PSA, who's in charge of the form, and asked them how we should handle it. And they said, since I want to change my mother's maiden name, I have to go to court. To which he said, that doesn't make any sense. So he's now agreed with us and has says, I'm going to file the form, even though they say we shouldn't. But no guarantee that it'll actually get completed. And of course, it's going to take 6 to 8 months before we'll find out if they accept it or not. So anyway, she had to go this morning to sign the form and blah, blah, blah. And then they're going to post it for 10 days, make sure nobody's complaining about me changing my name, which I'm not. And so she's going to go back on, I guess, the 13th, she said. I don't know why the 13th, but don't get me started on that. Because that's actually 2 weeks. Not 1 week. Oh, 10 days. 10 business days. So, yeah, so that's probably why. Okay. But anyway. So, we actually thought that would take a lot longer. But it only took her a couple minutes. So, hey. It didn't ask me to split my... Oh, I disconnected. Fudge. So, we weren't in a fleet because I disconnected. Be easier to open a bar, yeah. It'd be easier to act. And I said that. I said, can we just refile the marriage certificate? And they're like, no, because she said, you'd be fine because your name is going to be different. But your wife would not. She would be filing another marriage, and they won't allow that. They take that part very strict. So, but needless to say, I mean, don't even get me started. It's just one thing after another. But anyway, I've got to invite Falstaff to be part of my fleet now. So we completed the mission. But we weren't in a fleet. So we're going to do another one. It won't let me jump because it says I'm talking smack. There's something really weird going on with Eve today. So Falstaff is done. Unfortunately, Kragan's not. But anyway. So welcome to my world. So anyway, it sounds like at least that's moving forward. I don't know if I told you guys. Yes, I think I did. I think I told you guys on Friday. But anyway, the the paperwork we were waiting on from the Department of Agrarian Reform, some department. We have absolutely no idea what they do, but it doesn't matter. They're government. So, but our paperwork was released on Monday, and it was successful. Their analysis came out perfect. They've released it. So now, supposedly, the seller is moving the title to my wife's name. And we had already paid him for that. Man, the dark clouds just started rolling in. But we had already paid him for that. So from that perspective, that's a good thing. But we'll see how that goes, because it was an estimate, to which we were told his estimate is way higher than anybody else's. So everybody else told us it would be much cheaper. So, but, you know. But anyway, so supposedly here within a month or so, we should have the title. So, which should be good for when we're going to start. We're going to do the groundbreaking. So things are really coming together. Not quite as fast as I would like, but they are working. So, and we'll see how that goes. But good to see you, Blue Gray. So I'm just running another mission since I got disconnected in the middle of that one, and it did not give my alt the points. So, and then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my ore back to Venelin. I've got another orca to build for almonxy. Told him I would match the same deal I gave Scimitar. So I'm going to build one for him. I've already got the blueprints for it and everything else. I just got to come up with the parts. And so, but yeah, so yeah, I want to get started on that. And then, unfortunately, I got to find some Empire belts, because buying the ore really cuts into the profit margin. So, ooh, Torvy. Oop. Didn't want that. Let's add waypoint. We'll check Torvy out on the way back. But yeah, so that goes for the rest of you, though. You'll have to wait. I can only build one at a time. So, and they do take a ton of minerals. So mostly the big ones are Nox and Zidrine and Megasite, which are the harder ones to find. So, but yeah, we'll gonna do that one, and then what else? I'm gonna jump back to my jump clone, since my good jump clone is in a structure. I don't want to lose it again. Torvy has fleets sometimes, okay? I'm just gonna swing by there on the way home and see if it actually has if it's an Empire belt or not. This one can jump really fast. So this one is sub-second align. So, and I have a cloak on it, covert ops cloak. So I don't worry about this one. Oh, how fast can you jump? I don't know. I'm I don't know, probably 6 jumps away from the place. Why? It's gonna jump me back to near Venelin, near Jita. 12-hour clone. Oh, no. Yeah, mine's 18, I think. Yeah, 18. Sorry. Yeah, so I jumped yesterday, so it's been over 24 hours. So, yeah, it's like 18 hours, I think, is what I'm at. Yes, definitely collect your free skill points. Sorry, I should have reminded you guys of that. Should have reminded you guys of that. Normally on mining event night, I checked to make sure I had already collected them for last week. I did, so that was good. Of course, now that I docked, it's going to close out the NES, heaven forbid. Heaven forbid. It's never been made, and I can make all your demons be gone. I'm going to switch over to Kragan and get his done too. See me fall, crawl. Not fall, crawl. I always miss that one. Making love. This one's another one I sing to my wife all the time. She loves it. Though I don't know why. She doesn't really make love out of nothing at all. That's a oxymoron, I think. Nothing at all. Chicago, yes. No, Air Supply, I think. Air Supply. Air Supply. Close. Close enough. You fooled me. All right. Let's swing by Torvey. See what it is. It was really weird. I came in my office this morning and there were ants on my desk. Even though there's no food in here. Which makes absolutely no sense. So I'm panicking. I'm trying to eat my cinnamon rolls quick. They know how sweet you are. Maybe that's it. Yeah, they were all over my keyboard. I'm like, what the hell are they doing on my keyboard? Maybe I don't know. So there will be a full fumigation later today. That is the one thing, if I had to complain about, that is really frustrating the crap out of me, is the ants. They are way more aggressive than America. I mean, the other day, we were sitting in here, and just for the stream, I hadn't eaten my breakfast, and they covered my breakfast. And I mean, it is really cold in here. So I don't know how they even survive in here. But they are an interesting... So John Sword is acting up again. I don't think I have anything there except titanium. Yep, I have a little bit of titanium, so I don't care. So this is what it shows. You guys can't see it. This is what it shows when the thing is running out of fuel. And if you wait till you get the Eve mail, it's too late to dock. But if you notice this, you can get your stuff out because you can still dock. So my other one is Halima, and it's okay. But that's not where my jump clone is. My jump clone's in this other one. So, but that's where we do some building. But yeah, I don't know what's going on with their corp, but they keep forgetting to refuel it. But I left a little bit of titanium there just so I could keep track of it. Lego, what's up? Yeah, ants are cold-blooded, so they don't like the cold. They need the warm. which makes sense why they thrive in a jungle environment. But this room is very cold, and I don't know why they survive in here. But down to the last 2 tasks for the event. Need 10 more deployments in Vanguard. Jesus, man. You're way more dedicated than me. I'm just killing. Killing and salvaging, which the salvaging doesn't count, but the killing does. I like the salvage. And that's the end of my cinnamon roll. What else? So yeah, I haven't asked the seller if they've actually filed the paperwork for the title yet. I don't want to seem too eager, since we need them. But yeah, I'll have completed the entire event in about 3 days with just running the Vanguard. Wow, way to go. But yeah, I think I might send him something today, because he was going to pick up the DAR release on Monday and then file the title transfer, which they say takes 1 to 2 months. But once it's filed, we are technically legal. And so we're pretty excited. God damn, I got disconnected again. This is getting freaking ridiculous. This is getting freaking ridiculous. And once again, it disconnected Falstaff, but not Kragan. Why? Nice thing is the Vanguard missions count for each character on the account, so I get completion all. Really? Oh, that's pretty good. All right, well, for some reason, there it is. Trying to start Falstaff up again. Yeah, this is getting old. Getting old real fast. This is the same problem Scimitar had the other day. The problem is it's not disconnecting everything, just one. Singling out my main, which I am not a fan of. The bandwidth is fluctuating a little bit. I wonder if during the wind my Starlink got a little cattywampus. Probably need to check that one of these days. Ooh, time for me to fly. REO Speedwagon. Funny, I didn't have a single girlfriend in high school, but I loved the song. They shut everybody down at midnight, restored 7 the next morning. Oh, did they? Man, that sucks. Yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on. But got dropped from the fleet again. Luckily, I'm already done, so I don't care about that. All right. Let's see what Torby says. Come on. Nope. It's a Mordinium belt. Busted. 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 What's here? Light drone operation. Well, hell, we may as well go there. That's weird. I don't know what that would be there for. Wrong one. Switch destinations. Got to choose it. Well, so that's pretty good. So how do the Vanguard missions work? You got to do those in Vanguard, right? So you're playing the first-person shooter? What do you think? Sorry, Lego, that was for you. And that is pretty good. I hate FPS games. I don't mind them, but they're not my go-to. Yeah. Every once in a while, I kind of like a nice shoot 'em up, you know. But it's more of my wind down. I do that when I get tired of all the mind bending games and the survival games and all that stuff. But the fastest, easiest way to complete the track, I bet. I bet. Well, hell, that might be a reason for me to download Vanguard then. How many days are left? You did it in 3 days. I could struggle through anything in that amount of time. I think I bought this light drone operation for Seth, but it's time for me to fly. Time for me to fly. Can't remember. I could use a teammate. There you go. That would probably make it faster too. That would probably make it faster too. So, yeah, we might have talked about that. Running solo sucks. Yeah, I understand that too. The So the wife's had another death in her family on her father's side. Her father passed when she was 11, which was, let's just say, over 30 years ago. Actually, over 50 years ago now, but almost over 50 years ago, but close to 50 years. But anyway, it's somebody she doesn't know. But the way it works here in the Philippines, if anybody in your family dies anywhere, you show up, they put the body in the house, and they keep it there for a week to a month. And you show up and pay your respects, and then they cremate him or bury him or whatever, and you give money. So, which is not a problem, you know. But she had one of her father's relatives die about a month ago, and the province that they live is literally like 10, 12 hours away. Actually, it's probably closer to 8 hours away. So they got up at 4 in the morning. They drove there. You know, they drove to Manila, loaded the family up, drove there, stayed for a half an hour, and turned around and drove back. And so yeah, kind of, kind of crazy. But as it is, so this one passed away, I guess, yesterday. So they're gonna go and visit tomorrow. So I could probably do it tomorrow. Lego, if you want to do some kind of teammate thing tomorrow, because she will be gone literally all day. She's gonna leave at 4 in the morning, and she'll probably get back around 1 and then 1 a.m. the next day. So I'm probably gonna binge play. Since I don't get an opportunity to do that very often. Ergonomics. There's a level 3 here. Get the fuck out of Dodge. Let's see where he's headed as I said it. I may do a mission for him just for the hell of it. 1 jump. Can't beat that. Can't beat that. Yeah, I'll need a few more hours at least. Yeah, because I'm probably, since she's going to be gone all day tomorrow, I'm probably going to get my 4-hour stream in today, and then I'm not going to be able to touch the computer until she leaves at 4 a.m. tomorrow. So Would my help with minerals be any good? Well, the only ones that I really need help with, I've got plenty of the ones we normally mine, but the Empire Belt ones, the Zidrine, Megasite, and Nox are the ones that I'm missing. And I haven't checked, honestly, to be the check. I don't think the Orca takes any. I think it takes all components, yeah. It takes all components. I've actually got several of them already, so can't beat that. Yeah, so I got to look at all these capital. Oh, why'd you do that? That's not what I wanted. So, capital internal battery. So, yeah, that takes 4,000. Zidrine. I got enough Nox for it. But 2,000 Megasite. I always buy the reinforced carbon. I don't know if there's a way to make it. I think there probably is. No. Yeah, it's a reaction formula. I don't do reaction formulas. Though that's something we may start looking into because that would save a ton of money. You have 180k Nox, 61k. Holy shit. Well, yeah, that might help drastically. That might help drastically. Yeah, that would definitely speed it up. I got enough of the self-harmonizing power cores. Pretty awesome there. Yeah, it looks like all I got to buy is that. Whoop, that's not what I wanted. All I got to buy is the carbon. Recursive computing modules. I remember those. Capital computer system. I remember making those. I don't know why I don't have enough. I got that urge to feel ya. Just touching you. Sensor cluster, I got what I need. Yeah, I mean, that should cover me. Integrity response drones. I got to build those. I do remember those. So the integrity response drones and the recursive computing module. I'm trying to use my notepad now more than what I'm writing down. We got the particle accelerator. We need to actually research that more. Anyway. Recursive. And integrity response drones. I was building these before, so I'm pretty sure I have the components to build them. I just got to put them together. So, all right. But yeah, if you have those, that would work. You have been busy. You have been busy. This is my favorite song. My favorite song for my wife. It sums up exactly how I feel about her in my life. I never knew love before. Then came you. I thought I knew what love was. Thought I had life figured out. And after my divorce, I hit rock bottom. Complete rock bottom. Even though it was a horrible marriage, the divorce rocked my world. Made me feel like a failure. And she came along and changed everything. Redefined love for me. So she doesn't get it, but I never knew love before. That's the stuff that What's-His-Face gave me. That's the old one. Oh. Yeah, so we'll figure out something there, Al. Where do you have the minerals? Are they in Eugene area? Because if so, I can bring the blueprints that those are for here to save us having to transport all the minerals, or we could transfer the minerals. Now that's a lot of minerals to transfer. Let me get you a total of what I need for those. So okay, yeah, it's probably easier for me to bring the blueprints. And maybe we'll just assemble it here, then I don't even have to fly it. So yeah, so let me look at doing that. Tell me one thing more before I go. Tell me, how am I supposed to live? I love this song, but I've never had anyone that I really... Actually, that's not true. My very first girlfriend in college, when she dumped me. Alexa, give me head. What's up, buddy? Philippines are treating me okay, even though typhoon season. We survived a typhoon last week, and we have another one coming in that should be here tomorrow or Friday. That rumor has it is even stronger than the last one, though I don't see that. The last one really, it did some damage here in the Philippines. We were good. We got a lot of rain, a lot of wind. We didn't have any damage. But after it left the Philippines, it sped up again and it hit Vietnam, and it really did some damage in Vietnam. Really did a lot of damage in Vietnam. So I really feel for those people. So it seemed like it kind of warmed up on us and took out its frustration on them. But we did have a few places here in the Philippines that got damaged. Mostly the places where all the controversy is that they spent billions and billions of pesos to keep flooding from happening, and now flooding's happening more than it's ever happened before. So, go figure. Corrupt government. Which honestly, I don't know that I have met or experienced or seen a government in the world that is not in some way, shape, or form corrupt. I think government breeds corruption. As much as I hate to say that. What did they say that? Ultimate power corrupts ultimately, right? So, the problem here in the Philippines is they are so blatant about the corruption, they just don't care. No one ever gets prosecuted for it. Ever. And this may be the turning point for that. Because the people are really upset about this one. But do you think Philippines stands out extremely corrupt? I've looked into their government and all. Yeah, they I've never looked in there. Yeah, they I wouldn't say extremely corrupt, but yes, they're definitely probably towards the higher end of the corruption list. Like I said, they're blatant about it. So a perfect example was there was an election back in July for senators and stuff. And the senators were advertising on YouTube, in YouTube videos, that they would buy your vote. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, that's a good point, Blue Gray. But yeah, they were advertising on YouTube that they would buy your vote. And I was shocked. And I said to my wife, I said, isn't that illegal? She said, yeah, but no one ever gets prosecuted for it, so they don't care. And so, yeah, I don't worry too much about that because I don't have, all 11 of you probably aren't going to rise up and cause a revolt. But right now, they've got bigger problems. But yes, I do understand where you're coming from. And so, but yeah, they were advertising on YouTube. And I said, I am fairly certain that there is vote buying in America. But they don't advertise on YouTube because that would give evidence for them to be prosecuted. And so I was just kind of shocked that they were advertising on YouTube. And it's a commonly accepted practice here. The people are very poor. The people will, you can buy their vote. And I said to my wife, I said, how does that even make sense? They paid 100,000 pesos to a person to buy their vote. And she said, well, if they do that for, let's say, 50,000 people, that comes out to 5 million or 50 million. 50 million? No, 5 million. 50 million. I don't know. Yeah, maybe 500 million. Comes out to 500 million, which is kind of a lot of money. The problem is, I guess, as a senator, they make more than that in a single year. So the current U.S. government is so honorable, they would never buy a vote. Yeah, I guarantee it's happening in America. It's just not happening by advertising on YouTube. It's not happening that way. No one's ever offered to buy my vote, but I guarantee it's happening. But yeah, they're not advertising on YouTube. That goes above and beyond. That was a whole new level of what? And my wife's like, yeah, that happens all the time. So I was just like, wow. Wow. All right. So what I'm going to do is I have some ore here that is not compressed. So I'm going to compress it. Actually, why don't we stack all this stuff up? I really don't have that much. All right. I'm going to do a quick compression. Graveyard full of voters. There you go. Yeah, that's another one. Right. That was a big U.S. one. Is dead people voting, Convincing the public that your investments will improve given a specific administration itself a fiscally tempting vote. But it's something that is just completely accepted as a fair reason to vote for them. Yep. And that's kind of the ironic one, is it's because it's only making them money. It's really not benefiting you as a voter. Now, I guess if you invest in the same things they're investing in, then maybe. But even then, that's still kind of sketchy because they may change their mind and invest in something else, and then you're stuck holding the bag. But yeah, that was with less power. Maybe our lobbies would be more grassroots and advertise on Twitch. There you go. Twitch. Yeah, I could see Twitch being the avenue for buying votes, right? I'm 20 minutes from the DHS building in Portland. The protests have been going on for over 100 days. Police made one appearance on Sunday. Yep. But according to your governor, there is nothing going on there. It's everything's under control. There's no problem. Which, I'm sorry. I completely agree with the governor and the mayor. It is their responsibility to take care of these upheavals. And if they can't, they need to ask the federal government for help. But when they don't, they're all upset that the federal government has stepped in. I'm like, they're destroying stuff. I mean, come on. I mean, what the hell? They are not doing that. Right, exactly. Just saying the power here is centralized in corpse, and that's who we deal with. And that's true. That's true, Blue Gray. You're absolutely right. I mean, it is the pharmaceutical industry, the casino industry. You know, those are the money makers, and that's who the lobbyists. You know, that's who they cater to because that's where the money is, and the government. Footage I saw looked pretty peaceful. Yeah, exactly, Lego. You know, I can show you, and it's funny because I'm a big Jesse Waters fan. I watched Jesse Waters and the Five, and which probably tells you too much about me, but yeah, Jesse said, you know, I can show you really peaceful places in Chicago. You know, and there's not many, but I could show them to you. You know, he said, and the criminals are notorious for standing around and posing for pictures. You know, but yeah, I can show you some really rich places here in the Philippines. That doesn't make the country rich. Hard to hear. I recently looked into police recruitment ranks and they are on all-time low. Yep. Except for NYC, which pumped their numbers this year, but every other man has extremely, yeah. Well, that whole defund the police was a huge push. And I'm like, you can't defund the police. The police have a necessary job. I mean, as human beings, Eve is a perfect example. So let's just go back to the fictitious area, okay? Eve is a perfect example. If there's no law, if there's no enforcement, people are going to do whatever is the worst. ICE is hiring. There you go. ICE is hiring, as long as you don't mind being shot at. But yeah, which I'm sorry. Nobody should be shot at for their job. The police are ones that they sacrifice a lot. I had a brother-in-law that was a state police officer. I wouldn't wish that on anybody because that is a thankless job that is, no matter what you do, you're never going to be right. There's always somebody that hates you, you know? And he was black. My brother-in-law, my sister's black. I have half white, half black brothers and sisters. We talked about that before. But yeah, he was black, so he was called a racist several times as a black guy, which I'm like, well, I guess you can be racist being black, but I don't know how that works. But yeah, he was a POS. Anyway, he treated my sister really bad. They're divorced now, but he didn't deserve any of the things he got for being a state police officer. He was a state police officer in Pennsylvania. But yeah, it's like, come on. I mean, it's, what was I looking for here? Do you remember? There's a lot of issues there that really need to be taken care of. They're everywhere. Yep. And honestly, I think it's getting worse. I think it's seriously getting worse. Because there's no accountability. If you take away the police, you know, the only reason people, you know, obey the law is because they don't want to go to jail. Okay? You know, it's a law of averages, all right? I worked for a bank for 25 years, and here's another one I probably shouldn't say on a recorded stream, but I could have very easily robbed the bank. It was a middle-sized bank. There's no way I would have ever got enough money to build myself a new life, which is what I would have had to do, because if you rob a financial industry in America, you're done. Period. End of discussion. So, you know, it's going to have to be worth it, and it wasn't worth it. It was more worth it for me to work for the man and continue to collect a paycheck. But I was smart enough to get away with it. But that's the issue. If you're smart enough to get away with it, you're also smart enough to know the risk isn't worth it. I told my kids very, very early on, look, there's a price for everything. If you're willing to pay the price, then go for it. My daughter climbed out the window of her bedroom and snuck away to meet her boyfriend and ended up getting pregnant. All right. There was a price for that. Pretty big price. Talk about it taking 18 years of her life, you know, and she's a fantastic mom. She's done a really good job with it, but you know, it derailed her plans. But it's one of those. If you're willing to pay the price, then by all means, go for it, And I told them the same story. I could rob the bank. It is possible. It's more than possible. With the knowledge I had of the banking systems, I could have pulled it off easily. But it wasn't worth the risk. Something's going to go wrong. Some camera's going to catch me. Some log is going to record something. Something is going to go wrong that I didn't plan for, and I'm going to get caught. All right? You can't steal a large sum of money from a financial institution in America and get away with it. Doesn't happen. Hasn't happened since Jesse James, and Jesse James didn't get to spend any of his. I mean, our bank was robbed several times. And our chief of corporate security would love to tell the story that the furthest they ever got robbing our main branch, which was right downtown Kansas City, was like 11 blocks. That's the furthest they got. Out of the 100 and some times that it attempted to be robbed, the furthest they got was 11 blocks. The shortest was they were sitting on the curb outside the branch when they got picked up, counting the money. So probably not a brain surgeon there, right? But then again, if you're a bank robber, you're not the smartest guy in the room, okay? Because, sorry, you see those movies with, what's his face, from old Roadhouse and Patrick Swayze and them, where they're robbing the banks. That stuff doesn't happen in real life. I taught Jesse James an intro to ethics class, specifically his tombstone, which oddly and very memorialized his killer. Yep. Sitting outside. Yep. Yeah, he was sitting outside counting the money. Robbed the bank, went outside, started counting the money on the curb. I mean, there are some people that deserve 3 square meals a day and all the clothes they need for the rest of their lives that should be incarcerated. I'm sorry. Must have been a high AF. Yep. Sin is sin. You know the end of that. Yep. But that's what I said. There's a price for it. And you have to be smart enough to evaluate the price. And if you're not willing to pay the price, I was not willing to go to jail. I mean, I'm not a good-looking guy, but I'd have been somebody's bitch very quickly. I mean, let's be honest, okay? And sorry, homie don't run that way. Nothing wrong with that, but that'd be way worse than anything else. What they say? In prison, you read a book every day. You can read a book every day. You get all the exercise you need and more sex than you ever wanted. Yeah. So if you're complaining about your life, think about the prisoners, because you could have it differently. But it's weird that way. It's just a lot of people, they don't think things through, and that's why we have the problems that we have. Like this rioting. This rioting in Portland. What are they trying to accomplish? You don't agree with what ICE is doing? Okay. Then go to the court system and fight it that way. Like the guy who's running for mayor of New York City. The one. You have to hold a dude's pockets around the compound. There you go. Yeah, exactly. Squeal like a piggy. That's the one phrase that rang in my head every time I thought about doing something illegal that I might go to prison for. And don't get me wrong, I have a different perspective than most because I've done prison ministry. I've mentored inmates at Leavenworth Federal Institution, Leavenworth Federal Penitentiary, one of the highest security penitentiaries in the country of America. So I have a different perspective. I mean, when those steel doors closed behind me, even though I wasn't incarcerated, that's a sensation that you cannot undo. That slamming of those steel doors it's a emotional thing. And to this day, I still have nightmares about that. Even though I wasn't incarcerated, they also talk to us all the time about if a riot broke out, what we were supposed to do. I'm like, if a riot breaks out, I'm going to die. I mean, this is Leavenworth. This is not... I'm a lover, not a fighter, There's no perfect justice. I agree. There is not. But in the case of, the thing is, if you really want to protest something, You know, a peaceful protest kind of get it across. When you start fighting with the police, nobody listens to what you're saying anymore. All they see is you being anarchist, and your message is lost. Wow, have you seen Herzog's Into the Abyss? I have not. I'm going to check that one out. Herzog's Into the Abyss. Into the Abyss. I will check that out. But yeah, it's amazing. Sorry, ads are on. Oh, no, ads are getting ready to start. So I'll take a break when the ads start. I think you would love at least find it engaging given your background in Fed prison. Yeah, I'll definitely check it out. I can't watch those things with my wife, but I have a whole list of things I'm watching without her. She doesn't like sci-fi. I'm a huge sci-fi fan. I mean, come on. We're playing Eve, right? But yeah, so she's like, "Oh, you watch all the sci-fi ones yourself," and I'm like, "Really? That's like everything. I'm gonna be watching them all. I don't have enough time in the day to do that." God bless her. Oh, AJ, teach me how to dance real slow, but I will definitely check that out. I will definitely check that out. Yeah, I mean, I would recommend it to anyone. If you're thinking of doing something and you don't have a criminal background, you know, you haven't been convicted of a felony. What's that? Stripes? You ever been convicted of a felony? Convicted? No, not convicted. Sorry, ads are on. Singing bye bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. And good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing this. He recommended the movie. Oh, I would recommend doing a ministry at a prison. Just, hey, what's up, comrade? Just so you can kind of experience that, because honestly, it changed my perspective on so many things. Don't get me wrong, I was already afraid of going to prison, okay? But when you go in there as a legal citizen and you're doing something like that, first of all, they desperately need mentors for them. Yes, I did prison for the Leavenworth Federal Penitentiary. And it was probably one of the most rewarding things I've ever done. It 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 was eye-opening on levels that I never even imagined. I mean, we marginalize our prisoners in America. I say in this country, but I'm in the Philippines now. But yeah, in America, we marginalize the prisoners, and they're human beings just like us. I mean, the ones that I mentored, we were not that much different. It was all a matter of decisions. In some cases, it was a matter of skin color. Because I had done the same things they had done, but I didn't get caught because I wasn't targeted. And yeah, it was eye-opening. Very eye-opening. So I would definitely recommend it. But I'd also recommend it from the perspective of when you're inside. I mean, you go through this huge screening process. They check everything, top to bottom, front to back. I mean, and so once you pass all that and you actually enter the prison system, the emotional, I don't know how to explain it. Going into the prison system and having the doors closed behind you and not being a prisoner is, yeah, it was life changing, life altering. But yeah, I would definitely recommend it. Not so much claustrophobic, you know, we were always in the chapel. It was a religious ministry, so we were in the chapel. But and there's a very open area, and the only people that we mentored went through a screening process as well, so they weren't the murderers and those guys. Most of them were drug related charges. I think I had an embezzler, I had a diamond thief. I had 15, I think 15 guys. God damn it. So now Kragan disconnected. At least it was Kragan. Oh, actually, Falstaff just disconnected too. I mean, and I have no connection problems. What the fudge is going on? With the light the day, the music died. But yeah, I would definitely recommend it just from the perspective of if you, yeah, I will. If you didn't, I think most of you are probably in the law-abiding citizen category. Okay? I mean, kind of makes sense. All right? You probably wouldn't watch me if you weren't, right? But, so it's probably not going to be, super life-changing, because that's where I was. I was definitely in the law-abiding citizen category. But, even with that, I mean, I knew I didn't want to go to prison. I'm watching from prison. There you go. There you go. Yeah, I knew I didn't want to go to prison. Because, I was just, yeah, I knew I didn't want to go to prison. Okay? But it emphasized that on a level that was so much higher that was just, I mean, I don't think you truly understand what freedom is and what your personal freedom is until you lose it. And going in there, I didn't lose it from that perspective. Drachenhort, good to see you, buddy. But I was playing it, I lost it. I mean, while we were in there, I mean, we had very specific things we had to follow. And if you diverted from that at all, you were gone. And you could be prosecuted. And, I mean, they did their damnedest to scare the crap out of us every day. And which they did, which that's probably be better. And that's what they said. We want to scare you so that you don't become one of these that didn't get scared. Because you really need to be, if you want to continue to, to provide and do this kind of stuff and not end up in prison yourself, you're going to need to be scared. And so, and believe me, it was. Yeah, I did a prison ministry several years back in Leavenworth Federal Penitentiary. And yeah, exactly. Prison is easy if you've been living in street support. Yeah, prison is more, in that case, prison is more organized, less chaos. I mean, when it comes to the rioting and that kind of stuff, I mean, there's no rule of law, there's no rhyme or reason, there's nothing. And how do you deal with that? How do you reason with that? You can't. That's the mob mentality. Once the mob starts, I mean, your only thing is to hide. So, yeah, I didn't realize, Al, that you were that close to it, but sorry to hear that. So, but I'm glad at least that they came in and restored some order. Chicago. I've been to Chicago several times. And, I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Chicago. It's the one place where there's a Filipino embassy, the closest one to Kansas City. But it is considered one of the most lawless cities in America. And yeah, I saw it. I mean, you don't go out after dark. It's just, especially as a tourist, which is just a whole different ball of wax. It's like Kansas City wouldn't make any money at all if we couldn't have people going out after dark. That's when they make all their money, and the restaurants, the bars, all that stuff. I mean, how do you make any money when people can't go out after dark? I mean, but yeah. But yeah, sorry, didn't mean to go down that rabbit hole, but I would definitely recommend it. The prison system is always looking for people to join their mentoring program for mentoring inmates. 9 out of 10 of the inmates did not have a solid father figure, which is, in some ways, that's why they ended up where they did. And sometimes it's just they just need someone to sound ideas off of. And mine was a religious ministry, but regardless, they do have other ones, and I would definitely recommend it. I've been to Baltimore. Baltimore. I grew up outside. I didn't grow up, but I lived outside of Baltimore for a while in Columbia, Maryland. And yeah, that's a normal port city, though. You get a lot of we get a lot of crime that comes in from the port cities. I think all the port cities I've ever been to have been semi-lawless like that, because you get a lot of riffraff that come in with the ships. Without a father, one is driftless until an example comes along. Yep, and if that one's not a good example, you'll follow them through anything. I agree 1,000%, Blue Gray. 1,000%. So that was my only job, was for my children, was to give them a good example and help make them productive members of society. After that, teach them right from wrong, and they make their own decisions. And both of mine are out of prison, so I think I did okay. My son is scared of his own shadow, so maybe I went a little too far with him. But my daughter is, she's got a good head on her shoulders. She tends to be more like me. He tends to be more like his mother. So I have a coherent Type A crystal BPC 20 runs. You want it? 450 Nox. No, I'm actually switching over to the A's or to the B's. So I have a BPO for that one. And I have a bunch of the A's built already. I'm gonna use up what I have built, and then I'm gonna build the B's. I just bought a set of B's, but thanks, Al. Appreciate it. I'm gonna start building them for our fleet events. But no, I agree completely, Blue Gray. Agree completely. Honestly, I think that is the number one biggest problem in American society today is fathers. Fathers are not upholding they're not doing their jobs. The kids are not being held responsible. The parents are not being held responsible. I think that's the downfall of the American society. Yes, Al, I didn't realize it when I bought the A's, but the B's are better. And the B's have less waste, and you get more ore. The A's are like second, and they get a good percentage of ore, but they have a little bit of waste. And then the C's, they just waste everything. And so the C's you use if you want to get rid of a belt, but not mine any of it. Get rid of it so nobody else can use it, which I don't understand why anyone would do that. So, but yeah, supposedly the B's are better. So that's why I'm switching over to the B's. I have a full set of A BPOs, and now I have a full set of B BPOs. And actually, it reminds me, I need to I need to finish my research on them. All right, and the other one was particle accelerator. There it is. All right. Thanks for the reminder.
Warp drive active.
I'm petty. I won't kill you. I'll just strip your resources away. Yeah, if you want to deny some more, C is the one. Yep. If Tim is an issue, then B. Yeah, limited or you can take your time. A's are better. There you go. Okay. Limited or is better. A's are better. Regular, standard or B's are better. And then if you want to just screw somebody over, C's. But I honestly don't understand the C's. B's are easy to invent too. Yep. Yeah, and that's the other thing. I want to invent the tier 2s. So yeah, so I'm switching everything over to B's. Unfortunately, I have a lot of A's to use up first. But maybe I'll save the A's for the rare ores.
Warp drive active.
But yeah, I really don't understand the C's. If you're going to waste your time mining, why would you throw it away? I mean, I know it's not a waste of time mining. Sorry, I shouldn't have worded it that way. But yeah, I mean, still. Tell me, yep. Yeah, let me get them all researched up, and then I'll sell. Whoever wants, I can sell. Yep. And if you guys want the A's, I have the A's as well. I think they're fully researched or close to it. Traveling through Gank Central.
Active.
But yeah, I would definitely, just to reiterate on that, if any of you have the opportunity, even if you just do it in an inner city. Kansas City had a holding cell facility where they had people come in and mentor as well, and I had a buddy who did that. I would definitely recommend it. Not only from the perspective of seeing how, another part of our society lives, but also seeing how the justice system works firsthand. Most of us have not experienced the justice system. I've been in a holding cell a couple times, but I have both A and B originals. Yeah, that's what I have now too. So thanks, Jerry Can. Bondar may be a better bet for Mondays until you find belts that are not spent. Yeah, that's a good point too. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point.
Warp drive.
I have been in a holding cell once or twice in my life, yes. Mostly because of getting drunk and being obnoxious. First one was definitely getting drunk. I never officially arrested, so my record is clean, which is why I was able to go into federal penitentiaries and do what I did. But I have been held overnight a few times. The drunk tank, they usually call it. In my youth, when I forgot after drinking, want to try. Maybe we will try Matins next week. But yeah, in my youth, when I was drinking and I forgot that I'm a lover, not a fighter, and thought I should probably fight somebody, and
Warp drive.
quickly lost that battle and was laying there unconscious when the police showed up. Woke up in a drunk tank. But yeah, that's a rite of passage. I think it was, because it was a wake-up call. My dad, God rest his soul. My dad told me early on, if you get one call, if you get picked up by the police and you get one call and you waste it on me, I feel sorry for you, because I'm not coming to bail you out. My dad didn't pull a whole lot of punches. God bless him. But
Warp drive.
I didn't turn out too bad, so yeah, rude but honest. And I'm pretty sure if I had really needed to call him for something, he probably would have come. But I would have regretted it for the rest of my life, I guarantee it, or at least the rest of his. My father was we've talked about him before. He was a work of art. Yeah, he was. I want to speak ill of the dead. He passed away over a decade ago, but Yeah, he was a very unique man. But honestly, because he was so unique, I think that's why I am the way I am. So I went the exact opposite on a lot of things. My father never once told me that he loved me, which some fathers are like that. That's not a crime. I tell my kids every time I talk to them, sometimes 2 or 3 times while I'm talking to them, how much I love them. I don't want them to ever wonder like I did. And they actually, I think they get frustrated with me for it. Of course you love us, Dad. We know that. I'm like, yeah, well, that's not always a given. So that's just one example. But yeah, I was how did Eddie Murphy say it in Beverly Hills Cop? I was not always an upstanding, law-abiding enforcer of the law. I had fractured a minor infraction once or twice. Booga had a big stream last night. Couldn't sleep last night and caught some. Yeah, I jumped on towards. I guess it was towards the beginning, I think. But then the wife called me and wanted to watch television. So she who must be obeyed rang. So I had to run, which is usually how it works. Since I get 4 hours uninterrupted every morning to stream, I kind of have to give her the same. So. The problem is she always wants to watch TV till like 2 in the morning, and I'm like, no. We actually we rewatched Mission Impossible 7 last night, and we bought Mission Impossible 8. We're gonna watch it today. But she wanted to watch it last night at like midnight, and I'm like, no, it's a 3-hour movie. I'm not starting it now. Some of us actually have to get up in the morning. Of course, she had to get up
Active.
and go to the municipality this morning. So, but yeah, God bless her. That's the kind of movies my wife likes. The action movies, no logic. Like Mission Impossible, okay? Tom Cruise doing crazy things that are not even humanly possible, but, you know, Hollywood sensationalizing it. She wants to be entertained, and she's entertained, and I give her credit for that. Nothing wrong with that.
Docking request.
She doesn't want to think about it. I, on the other hand, am more along the lines of I want something that challenges me both, you know, intellectually and entertainment wise. And we're both way out on the watching the things that are based on real life events. I don't want any real life stuff. Because I'm truly. Alright, let's see what we got here. Truly in love with you, girl. Truly. Head over heels with your love. I need you. Make sure I got them all. So this is the one I use for my refining because it gives me 72.3%. 261 million in ore equates to 247 million in minerals. Pretty damn close. What's that? 14 grand? 14 million off? Can't beat that. And it cost me a whole 331,000 pesos. 331,000 ISK to get it done. All right, now I'm going to switch. So let's take this stuff out of here. We're going to switch to the cryos. We'll haul them over. Boog, I'm glad you had fun. And happy belated birthday again, buddy. I wish another 100 more, easily. Alright, let's put the Xurdaben in there. The max. That's it. That doesn't seem right. I guess that's it. All right. Actually, the sky is blue again. Here, let me see if I can show you guys. Sorry for the motion sickness some of you may get. There's my blue skies. So there's my view out my window. It's right behind my monitor. Over there you can see there's a little bit of dark clouds, but it was really dark earlier, but it's really cleared up now. So all right.
Warp drive active.
I need to check my stuff out, make sure nothing's expiring. 16 days. No problem. It's still over 2 weeks. I'm thinking about what Blue Gray said, and I probably should build some of these just in case. That way I have a choice. $54. I don't want to wait an hour. That's all right. So the prorator's in. I still got 5 days on the prorator. That's 4 of them. I need to sell them though so I can make my money back because I am low again. Actually though, once I sell so yeah, so let's figure out almonxy, let's figure out whatever minerals you donate, we'll take off the price. That way you'll get it faster, but it won't cost you the same.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Item hanger. Resources. Other. And resources. Oh. Bum, 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 bum. All right, let's see. Some of these orca pieces might go in now. I don't think so. Yeah. Alright, so I need 3 capital sensor clusters. I may as well just build all 4 for crying out loud. Capital sensor clusters. Oh, I don't have the carbon. Well, I could run over there. That'll kill. That's not gonna kill an hour though. All right, let's figure out how many. Let's figure out how many of these I need. All right, 810. $810 times 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. Which is 810 times 5, right? There you go. All right. 630. This one I think we got 720 and 720. I got those. Corporate hanger 360. Sensor cluster 360. Maintenance bay 630. And that's it. 7,400. So let's say 7,500. Actually, let's just do 8,000. Yeah, I'll figure it out for you. I'm gonna go pick up these carbon reinforced carbon fiber. I need 7,000 of them. That's gonna be a pretty penny. So yeah, but let's go get them. All right, let's switch ships. Every night. 7,000 of them. How much do they weigh? 0.1. That's going to be 700. Yeah, that'll fit. No problem. All right, let's take some. You know what? We'll pick it up at Hogamo. All right. I'm going to go pick up the... Yeah, I'll figure it out for you, Al. I won't figure it out today, but I'll figure it out and get it to you before tomorrow.
Warp drive active.
Bump. What do you do with carbon you find expiration? Absolutely nothing. I'm not sure if that's actually used in that formula. Yeah. So no. So for the reinforced carbon fiber, use carbon fiber, thermostatic microfibers. This one's carbon fiber. That doesn't even use, that uses hydrocarbons. So yeah, I don't know what that carbon's used for, to be honest. You buy it, you can NPC sell it. If you buy it, Blue Gray, I'll sell it to you. I got a ton of it. I don't know about a ton of it,
Active.
but yeah, I got about 200. Definitely not a ton of it.
Docking request accepted.
I could have swore I had a lot more than that. 25 is per, yep. No worries. I don't use it for nothing.
Warp drive active.
Moan and moan, moan, moan. You can drop it near your ship to uncloak players trying to sneak in on you. There you go. I never thought of that, but that's a good one.
Warp drive.
Yeah, that's one of those items that I always seem to get from my exploration that just doesn't seem worth it. And I figured it has a use somewhere. I'm just not using it. Bump, 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 bump. I'll wait till I get some more. I don't think 200 is probably worth it for you, unless that works for you. I'm more than happy to sell it to you, but I got less than 200. I thought I had a lot more. I guess I'm not getting as much as I thought I was from exploration. I probably get one every time. Oh, the ants found me. Yep, the ants came. Man, they love these things. All right. What time is it? 23 minutes. All right. Once I get to Jita, I'm going to take a break and grab another coffee. I have 690. Yeah, you got a lot more than me. And I'm going to take this downstairs so that the ants stop harassing me. I don't know what. I've had all kinds of sweets up here. Danishes, donuts, everything. These cinnamon rolls are definitely the ones they have come the quickest for. I don't know what it is, but they are. They really like these. And they're all over my desk again. Yeah. And actually what I'll do is I'll put up words with words on stream. You guys can play around with that. Unfortunately, they're climbing between the keys on my keyboard, which that's one I need to ask the engineer. How do we treat the ground to make sure we don't have ants? If you all contract them anywhere in the UP, that's fine. Okay, very low value, so no expectation. Okay. Honestly, I'll just give them to you.
Warp drive active.
I'm not using them, so. And if you can use them, more power to you. Just taking up space. I was thinking they might be used for like those formulas, and if I ever did those formulas, that might be a reason to keep them around. But It doesn't look like they're even used for that.
Warp drive active.
I just mass them up as I explore in an NPC contract. Makes sense. Alright. Alright, I'm going to run downstairs. Let me get words on stream up here. Boom, 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 boom. You guys ready?
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
And grab another cup of coffee and get rid of this plastic container that is attracting the ants. Alright, I'm docking. Here we go. Alright. So here we go. Good luck. Really? You didn't even get through one? Didn't even get through one level? All right, let's try this one. Ah, good one. No. We just need one more. Good job. All right, at least we made it to level 2. Jackson, what's up, buddy? Good one, drachenhort. Lost track of the time. No worries, Jackson. You're all good. You're all good. You're all good. Hopefully you can hear me. I'm not sure if I have the microphone on there or not. Let me know if you guys can hear me. We're just doing some running around, and I think I'm in Jita making a pickup, and we're doing words on stream because I had to go get another cup of coffee. So we're on level 3. Five by five. Level 6. Good job, guys. Oh, right in at the last one. Blue-gray. Opening. Inui, good job. All right, all right. Level 7. Guys, you're doing awesome. One letter's fake. Ah, agent, good one. Man, Inui's tearing him up with the bigger words. All right, level 8. Man, you guys are tearing it up. One letter's fake. All right, level 10. Level 10. Thanks to a newie. One letter's fake. So it can't be the double letters, so... Jesus. V. Gotta be the F. Yeah, we're not close. All right, that was a good run. Level 10, that's a new record. And ads are getting ready to start. Perfect timing. Ads are getting ready to start. Excellent job. Arrival, that was it. Anui, just a little too late. Yeah, that damn F. All right, sorry, ads are getting ready to start. $3.92. Somebody's buying them for quite a bit. All right. Figuring only one word. Yeah. The one word per lock is kind of a clincher. All right, so I got my total here. If I find my calculator, oh, I've got the calculator running twice. That's good. All right, I need 7,500. And they're 4,066 each. That's going to be expensive. 34. That's not too bad. English words don't help. There you go. There you go. So I wonder, let me buy 15. That way I'll have an extra set for the next one. All right. And do I need anything else? I don't think so. For some reason, I think I do need something else. Recursive computing module. What? Helps if you spell it right, dingbat. Did you get the contract, Blue Gray? Okay. Good practice, though. Yeah. Synaptic synapses, transcranial. I have the guidance systems. I don't have these other two. But I have the super tensile plastic and the text cultures. And I think I have the biocells. I definitely have the nanites. So we can build those. Alright, that's those. And the other one was integrity. Planetary vehicles, hazmat. Hazmat is viral agent, transmitter, polytextiles. Got all those. Planetary vehicles, got all those. Geomatrix paste, superconductors, oxides, superconductors. I think I have those too. Alright, so we'll put those together. Step by me. We're going to work on those. We already got this one. We got the orca. Oh. We got the bees. We got the morphite. We'll save these because those are ones I buy on a regular basic. Hammerhead 2 components. What's the Hammerhead 2s? I do need to build some Hammerhead 2s. Particle accelerator. That's the one. And I'm researching it now. I have crystal. I have fullerized hypersynaptics. How many did I need? For each one, I need 10. So if we're going to build 100, let's just buy these while we're here. Just to be safe. I'm pretty sure I have these. $3,000. Actually, let's just buy 5,000. They're cheap. All right. All right, now we're good. All right, and we did set it. Let's go. Such pain. Blue Gray has Altis. Did you get the contract? I'm on another alt. We'll clear it tonight. If you need it, can earn it all over. Blue Gray has Altis. I need a crew. Strain my brain cell. Let me know later. No worries. Had 4 SIG full systems and 3 minor gas reserve, but only 1 character to run. Such pain, right? It's got it so bad. This channel needs more bond. Yeah. No hurry. No worries. I'm here. I'm here. Sorry, when I'm doing my run. I know as soon as I get back to Venlin, there's going to be something else I wish I bought. One thing I didn't check was to see if there's any Empire belts around here. Let's get back to Venlin first. I'll be in Jeet if you need something. Appreciate that, Jackson. I'm actually there right now, so I have 2 separate change, 8 systems each. Yep. The cans have been rare hit and miss, but that is C70. It's good time. Yep. Jax, if you want to huff, let me know. Gas huffing, very profitable. Very profitable. Living in a lonely world. They took the midnight train going anywhere. I am just a small town girl. You are a small town girl, Jackson. I appreciate the 2 comments on my YouTube video last night. Appreciate it. Ironically, the more comments I get, the more views I get. I don't know why. I think they view it just to see what you said. Indecent proposal. There you go. There you go.
Warp drive active.
Indecent proposal. I remember that one. That was a pretty good one. Robert Redford. He died, didn't he? He actually just died recently, didn't he? Yep, September 16th, he passed away. Yeah, that sucks. He was a good actor. He was 78. I didn't think he was that much older than me, but he's got 20 years on me. Didn't know about the video stuff. Yeah, I don't know why, but the more comments I get, I thought about, putting my own comments, but I think that artificially inflates it. I believe I have the skill to mine gas, but haven't done it yet. Yeah, it's a profitable one. Make a lot of money. Mostly, I think, because of the risk. Just had to prop myself for staying up. There you go. Yeah, you did stay up. You did stay up. Of course, it probably didn't hurt that I started a half hour earlier too, but keeps it from being too late your time. Usually it's like 1:30 your time by the time I finish up, which is rough. So Chaos just started his stream, and he's going to be hunting convoys for Big Isk, getting ready for Crimson Harvest. All the gankers make a lot of money during Crimson Harvest, so 90% drops.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, so none of them are close. Oh well. If you want to get in on some gas, I found a site near Eufene. 42 million in 50 minutes. Can't beat that. I didn't even realize when I put this shirt on that the wife was wearing orange today too. You missed the wife, Jackson. She was on earlier. For some reason I had the urge to put this orange shirt on today. I don't know why. It matches my chair. Yeah, she was on earlier. You saw Jackson in stream around 2:30 a.m. here. Yeah.
Docking permission requested.
Yeah, she doesn't stay long. She just poked her head in when she got back. So she went to the municipality and then she went to the grocery store, which we just went to the grocery store yesterday, so I don't think.
Docking request accepted.
Yesterday was Proverbs, iron sharpens iron. The Bible verse. Yeah, iron sharpens iron. All right, let's throw these in resources. And that's stack. And then if we go here, so I got some of them I can do. So the capital battery, I don't have enough Xydrine. Cargo bay, I don't have enough Xydrine. Computer system, I don't have enough Xydrine. I'm missing those other ones. Well, I could have swore I had some that I could do. There it is, sensor cluster. Come on, one of them's got to be. Yeah, I don't have the integrity, Jones. That's with the clown. Yeah. Yeah, so Xydrine and Megasite I'm really short of. And then Nox. I have enough to complete a couple of them for Nox, but nowhere near enough to complete them all. So, yeah, I can complete those guys. I should have brought some Xydrine while I was there, but Xydrine's actually a little easier to come by. And the Megasite, if we find an Empire Belt, those work out pretty good. So, all right. So I am going to switch back. Yeah, you're in an in-game channel. Yeah. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. It was you. All right, there's the cryos. So I'm going to board the cryos. And nope, I don't want to do that one. Just these. Yeah. So there. The components of 4,000,006. I'm going to get 4,000,009 in minerals. Can't beat that. Can't beat that. Can't beat that. Damn straight. Damn straight. All right. So it must have put him in ammo, right? There they are. Yeah. So here's the simples. I need those. And actually, you can go away. How much time we got left on this other job? 5 minutes. We'll wait for those. Perfect timing. I never brought Kragan back on. Actually, it says it is running. Yeah, it is. That's weird. Meet each other on the way. Let's switch over to Kragan. Might as well get his daily. Actually, since we got 5 minutes on that, let's do this. Let's do this. Since we're here, let's switch back to Falstaff. Oop, wrong one. All right. And we're done with that. We're going to wait on that. Let's switch to this. Yeah, let's pick this guy. Check out our PI. In Ron's game chat, Scoops and probes, mid 5mm med, small shield, low stab rig, shield, maybe scanning strength rig. I have some gas modules, Al, if you need them. I think I've got. I don't know if they'll fit on a venture. But I have some gas modules in Ufine that I can contract you. I probably have them for Kragan. It's probably where they are. Gas cloud harvester. I don't know if these will fit on there or not. I got 2 of them. I can lend them to you. And these are 1s, so you probably have the skills to run them. My ventures are in tomorrow. Oh, okay. I have a venture. I have a expedition here. Not expedition. Quit saying expedition. I have an endurance. You can easily switch it over to do. So you need scoops for frigates? Okay, so those aren't the right scoops. Yeah, that's a glass cloud harvester. So that probably goes on and on. You need scoops for frigates. Okay. You want a venture or a procure. So yeah, use a venture. They're cheaper. I'm sure we have loaner ventures in the corp hangar. So grab one out of there. And then just fit it with whatever you need. Or cover her with T2 drones if you feel spicy. Scoop, scoop. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to check these out. So I got plenty of blocks. I think I'm going to actually repurpose this because I got so many blocks. Mechanical parts I can always use. Miniature electronics. I got a ton of miniature electronics. I think I'm going to switch this and start doing just the silicon. Because I got a lot of those. I do need the consumer electronics. Why do I need the consumer electronics? Actually, I think I need to go back to making the robotics, to be honest. Guidance systems. Yeah, there's the water-cooled CPUs. And synthetic oil, which we really need the other. All right, so let's pick this stuff up. So let's set here, set destination. And I'm going to switch this back to, actually, I'm going to stop this from sending the silicon. So it'll just produce the silicon. All the time. I don't think I need that one. Actually, if we switch this over to silicon. Yeah, let's go ahead and produce them. It's running anyway. Well, you can't tell me. All right. Actually, I don't need... I can pick up the miniature electronics, yeah. Yeah, let's do that. I use a coveter with stabs for 5-second line. As good as New Bro Venture, but it's a bigger loss if you get hit. Yeah, that's my problem. I can replace the Venture just like that. The coveter takes a little bit more. Everything I do, oh, I do it for you. What's this one building? Consumer electronics, toxic metals. That's heavy metals. That'll make toxic metal.
Warp drive active.
I think we'll switch that one back to making electronics, right? Maybe after we pick up the consumer electronics. Yeah, we'll pick those up first. I think the venture is better than... Yeah, that's mine. 50 million venture versus 100 million... Yeah, that's mine. Because I always go cheaper. I don't know if cheaper is better, but the less I lose, the better. And these guys. And then we're going to put this back on. Start building robotics again. Cool beans. Cool beans. The coveter's way faster, so it's fair trade-off. Oh, really? I've been playing for 12 hours and I'm going to decline the offer to Huff. I will fit a venture and do some practice. There you go. No point owning a ship and never using it for fear of loss. That's a good point, Blue Gray. That's a good point. And it's not like I don't have the money to replace it. 100 million's nothing. But it's always interesting how easily we write that stuff off. Or how easily we justify not risking it. Because I'm going to make way more than 100 million. One load's going to make more than 100 million.
Warp drive active.
But yeah, I agree. I'll have to... Can you send me the fit you have for the... There's your venture. Can you send me the fit you have for your coveter? Or put it in the channel? Thank you.
Warp drive active.
Because really the only thing I normally use a coveter for is to build a procurer, right? Procurer? No. I don't remember. The coveter's one of those. Put it in Discord. No. No point owning a ship. Put it in Discord. Put what in Discord, Jerry Can? Bad medicine is what I need. Oh, it won't go. I guess you could put it in Discord. I was just going to put it here in the channel, but Discord will work too. That's a little harder to copy it. So this is a lava. I wonder if there's any more, I don't know why I'm building lava on here. There is no felsic magma on there at all. Zero. So that's why I'm using it for the other. The heck was it? All I want. I really don't need any more construction blocks, but
Warp drive active.
I ain't find it yet. Bad medicine. Medicine.
Warp drive active.
I was gonna save it here in Eve, so I had it. Gas from a perch and warp to 100. The cloud is 120, so that's the fastest way to get your orbit up. There it is. Thanks, buddy. Transverse bulkhead, inertial stabilizers. Oop, didn't want to close
Warp
that.
drive active.
Send me AFK watching a video. Is it a good video or a bad video? Would we approve or disapprove? So the water-cooled CPUs are going there. We need... They're superconductors. Which I need for the other ones. Oof. Why are the liquids all gone on this planet? Oh, we're making the water-cooled CPUs. took the plasmoids off too? Well, that wasn't very smart. There's the guidance systems. Yeah, so let's do these. Are there plasmoids here? Probably not. There are plasmoids here. Get those building again. So what are the superconductors for? I don't know. So there's only one in water-cooled CPU? No, there's two. So we're going to change the route on these. All right. So that'll route them there. And then here. Oop, that's not what I wanted. Gotta get those guys going. All right. We'll take the ones that are here to use for the project we got going on now. What? Where am I? Ah, I didn't get there yet. Guess it helps when you actually warp to the place.
Warp drive active.
With me. Hot tub time machine. There you go. That's a good one. Finished another 5, so only need 5 more missions in Vanguard to complete the track. Easy to mark. Good job. Good job. All right, let's access this one. What do we got here? So we got the consumer and the robotics. Okay, check, check, check. All right, that takes care of those. And I think I fixed this one so that it's going back there. Okay, and let's warp to this one.
Warp drive active.
Bow 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 bow. Oh. Oh. Hustling worry world, laughing myself to sleep, waking up lonely, needed someone to hold me. Oh.
Warp drive active.
Till you run out of dreams. So you party all night to the music and lights, but you don't know what happiness means. Holy mackerel, that's a long one. Ugh, and for worthless. Eesh. You're every woman in the world to me. You're my fantasy. You're my reality. Whoop, wrong way. What did I shut off? I shut off one of them. So what are we building here? Oxygen. I don't know what we're building here. Oxidizing compound. I don't know what we're doing here. Iconic solutions and iconic solutions, right? Yeah. Which should make electrolytes, right? Yep. Weird. I don't know why I would stop it. Because I'm building coolant. That's what this one is. It don't have any more water though. Alright. So let's route the electrolytes. And we'll wait on the water. Alright. And on that note, I'm going to crawl in bed. No worries, Lego. Have a good night. I'll see you tomorrow. See, FPS do not agree with me. Yeah, I understand that too. It always puts me on a high stress one. I didn't sleep well last night. I'm dragging. I just accidentally closed my browser. Yeah. Vanguard Trek sucks. Yeah. Yep. Alright, let's see what we got here. So, did I move the coolant? I don't think I moved the coolant. I must have moved it because it's not there. Yeah, okay, it's there. Alright. So that's access. I thought I clicked it. Alright. We picked up all our PI. Everything's restarted. Everything's good. Excellent. Now let's dock.
Warp drive.
And we want to send these three. Maybe these ones. Definitely these three to Rage. I just bought all the skins and said F to it.
Permission requested. Docking request accepted.
I'm way too cheap for that. I'm way too cheap for that. Way too cheap for that. All right. I'm going to put these in the item hanger. Because I can't... I don't think I need the robotics. I think I need the coolant. Shit, I don't know what I need. Let's give these. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Something went down the wrong pipe. Coffee went down the wrong pipe. Alright. So now, let's throw these in resources. And let's log on Rage. Oh, no, let's do this. Let's switch ships. Get the cryos board. Finish this guy. Go to ammo. Crystal. Put those in there. Okay, bingo. So now we've got what we need. I got B's. Ah, they're both A's. Why are they both A's? Son of a... That's not right. Oh, that's gonna freaking piss me off. Son of a bitch. I built A's, not B's. Yeah, that's the B. I could have swore I built B's. Well, I guess it's going to be more A's for the time being. What a freaking moron. I know I built these because it was the one that wasn't fully researched. Well, ain't that a crock? All right, well, that backfired. Cut the Gordian knot in half. All right. So now I've got it there. So let me log off. I'm going to bring on Rage, and we'll get the items started there.
Connecting.
Ah. So, of course, I put it in my notepad, which I don't have access to on Rage's account. So, kind of backfired. Go figure. But it was recursive computing. There's the one. Show info. Biocells, I think, are going to be my problem. Guidance systems I have. The question is, did I send them back to Tweedledee? And then the other one was integrity. Integrity drones. And these ones. All right, so let's minimize that. All right, so what we need, superconductors. Let's go to our item hanger. I got nanites, miniature electronics, mechanical parts, polytextiles. Those I'm building there. Cool wind in my hair, mechanical parts. We have 2 sets of mechanical parts for some reason. Not sure why, but that's okay. Biomass. Biomass will build the help build the others. Enriched uranium. That's for something else. Okay. So biocells. Precious metals and biofuel. Okay. I think I have some there.
You're awesome!
Ooh. Jackson, thanks for the gift subs. My goodness gracious. Appreciate it.
You're awesome!
Man, that's above and beyond.
Thank you!
I think I need any more hermetic membranes. All right. So here we were building biocells. Okay, so that's good. Synthetic. That's, which I think we already have quite a bit. Neocoms, I don't think we need anymore. Broadcast node, we don't need anymore. So we could switch. Integrity, no. So that's, yep, integrity response drone recursive computing module. So I could switch this to one of those. Install. No. Go there. So we need to build the synaptic synapses. Which we need biocells for. which we do not have biocells. There are superconductors here, but not many.
Thanks for the dono.
A lot of test cultures. Thanks, Jackson, for the bits. Yeah, thanks for the gift subs. That's way above and beyond. Thanks, buddy. Ooh. So we do have some biofuels here. All right. Focus. Synaptic synapses. Super tensile test cultures, which I think we have. Not there. We had super tensile. Where'd they go? It's using it for something else. No, it's not. Where the hell they go? I know I had a lot of super tensile. I've been building them for a while. Nothing else was using them. Industrial fibers. Come on, train. Cancel. Let me see what this one was.
You're awesome.
Thanks, Al, for the sub. Appreciate you. That is so weird. I was building them here. But I have no idea where they went. There's only 2 here. Well, where the hell did they go? Oh, maybe they're in the cargo. They could be. All right, so here. Let's do this. Minimize you. Item hanger. So we need water-cooled CPU. Come on. Coolant.
Make it so.
Make it so. Appreciate you guys. It didn't give me the emote.
Thanks for the dono.
Thanks, Jackson. Really going above and beyond, buddy. Appreciate you. Sorry, I'm too focused. I have no idea where these went. All right. So to build the computer modules, we need consumer electronics. So let's throw the consumer electronics on there too. That'll build those. Okay. We need biomass and oxygen. $32. Let's just take 32. Oh, can't get 32. Let's say 15. And then I'll pull this back to 50. All right. So that'll allow me to make the synthetic fiber. I think I have synthetic fiber though, but we'll make more. As for all the orcas I build, we're gonna need that. So, and then what else? Yeah, we're not building that anymore.
You're awesome! You're awesome!
Thanks for the gift subs, Jackson. Good golly, man. All right, let's install this one. Go there. All right. So those ones, we need the synthetic fibers. Biocells and nanites, so we want to bring the nanites. We'll build the biocells here. Guidance systems. Do I have the guidance systems? Oop, oop, oop. Booga. And he says I lie. Who says you lie? All right, so that's going to build the fibers. I need what I need to build for the biocells. So that's the biofuel, which we have there, and precious metals, right? Ugh. Somebody said you could actually do this in a smaller window. Can you guys show me how to do that? How do I make it a smaller window? So biofuels, which we have here, and precious metals. So let's bring precious metals.
Make it so, Booga.
I'm good. Found a sleeper on my alt, but my main who can run it nowhere near it. Of course not. That's the way it always works. So how much biofuels do we have? Biofuels are not there. They're here. 1220. So let's bring 1220 precious metal. All right. Dust in the wind. All right.
Thanks for the dono.
This top middle screen little box. Top middle screen little box. Top middle screen little box. I don't see what you're talking about, Jerry Can. Up. That doesn't help me, buddy. Here's up. There's nothing in the middle of the screen. At the top. There's nothing at the top. One minute left. Someone please spank the bond. That takes me to command center, which I didn't know about. I'm sure it's here and I'm just not seeing it, but I am not seeing it. Blue gray. Jerry can't keep saying top, but there's nothing on the top. Top, middle, little white box. Click it. What top, middle? There's nothing here in the top, middle. There's the new emote. Top, middle, little white box. Click it. There's nothing in the top, middle. Genesis. Yep. Somebody help me out. I don't know what I'm missing, and I apologize, but that's on the left. That looks like how I feel. Yeah. You can really feel this song. Oh, I see what you did there, Blue Gray. All right, biocells we're going to do. Synthetic fibers we're going to do. This one we're going to change. We don't want any neocubes, and we're going to change this one too. All right, ads are getting ready to start. So I'm going to do synthetic. All right, so we need synthetic, transmicro, which is biocells, nanites. Bring the nanites. Guidance systems. I have guidance systems. I keep wanting to look for guidance systems. I bet you I sent the guidance systems back to Falstaff. Come on, stack all. I am lost. There's the nanites. I think I already have some nanites there. Unfortunately, I can't see what's in the commands, the cargo. I'm still not seeing what you're talking about, Jerry Can. You're saying top center, but there's nothing in the top center. Are you looking at the stream? No worries. I'm like, I'm obviously missing it. No worries. Somebody said there's a way to make the planetary industry one smaller, which I don't think is going to be helpful, but it would be in this case where I could keep it minimized and still be able, because unfortunately I got to open it every freaking time to see what I need. So I liked Phil Collins before I learned he was a drummer and before I became one. That may be why I dig his stuff. There you go. You're as cold as ice, willing to sacrifice our love. Sorry, ads are on. Of course, I think everybody's subbed now, so no problem with the ads. Ah, fudge. Okay, so we need nanites. So we're going to switch this one. So we need guidance systems. Ooh, stop it. All right, so I'm going to have to go there because I can't see what's in the thing. So let's do that. let's take some nanites. Let's take 1,000 nanites, just so we have some nanites. We know we're gonna need nanites. All right. I never played the drums. All right. Warp 2. And I should be able to see what's in here now. Yeah, so there's my super tensile plastics. I knew they were there. There's my viral agent. Lots of test cultures, transmitters, superconductors. We don't have any superconductors. Where did the superconductors go? You know that you are. No, leave that there. All right, so let's put all this stuff in here. All right. So here we're going to take the supercomputers because we want to take those with us. Everything else we want to leave. All right. So we want the super tensile plastics back in there. I don't know why I took them out. We need the precious metals. We need the nanites. All right. We want 190 of these guys. And 190 coolant. And 190 consumer electronics. All right. We need the oxygen and the biomass. Ooh, we don't have enough room. 8 when that happens. So let's pull the oxygen. Let's only do... Let's do 2,000 oxygen. And 2,000 biomass. Oh, there's another freaking ant. All right. We're going to need the viral agents. We transfer the silica glass out. That'll help. But all right. 1.3 million. Not a problem. Okay. So we only get one transfer. So expedited transfer to here. All right. So we need the biofuels and the precious metals. Check. We need the water-cooled CPU, the coolant, and the consumer electronics. Check. We need the biomass and the oxygen. Check. We need the nanites and the super tensile plastics. But we need those in the same thing. Yeah, we can move these out. I think it was nanites and superconductors, right? Super tensile and test cultures. So the test cultures and the super tensile for the synaptic synapses. So 455, so 450 and 450 test cultures.
Unfortunately, the PI interface itself is not resizable manually. It's a fixed size UI window. You cannot drag the corners to resize it like other windows, e.g. chat or inventory.
Thanks.
However, you can change its effective size by adjusting UI scaling.
Nanites. So then the nanites. Okay. Synaptic synapses. Guidance system. Guidance systems I have. I'm building those. I just don't know where they are, and they're not here. So, which means I must have sent them back to Falstaff, which freaking kicks me in the head. But that's okay. We'll figure that out. Test cultures, nanites, biocells. Okay, this should work. Execute. All right. Why are these not working? That's weird. I must have got rid of the thing. Biofuel, create route. Precious metals, create route. All right. That'll keep them going. I must have did the same with this. Biomass, create route. Oxygen, create route. Submit. All right, I'll get those going. This one we're going to switch. Which one do we actually have? I closed it. God damn it. Hate when I do that. All right. Super tensile and test cultures. We have those right now, so let's build those.
Message.
All right. All right. Check. This is the other one we're going to change. Nanites and biocells, those are going to be created as we go. So let's go ahead. We can do that. Trans, there. Biocells, which are going to come here. Are these routed? They are routed. All right. Nanites. Already got the nanites. All right, submit. These are building. Once this one's done, we can switch this one over. Polyamerids. We don't have any industrial fibers. But we still got a lot of oxidizing compounds. So let's go ahead and build the industrial fibers. That's what this is. Let's find a new spot, because that sucks. We're going to kill this one. Oh. Poor Bond doing PI, yeah. Never a dull moment.
Thank you.
Sinful 2, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. All right, 23 hours. How many can we install? All 8. Crap. We should mine this out in no time. I don't know if we need all 8. We'll go ahead. Start extraction. Create route. All right. We've got 1, 2, 3. 3 doing autotroph, okay? Oh, that's silicate glass. We can switch that one too. All right, so what's the other one that we need? We need also integrity. I found your YouTube channel and subscribed and post a comment. Thanks, almonxy. Appreciate it. Zinful, thanks again. Appreciate you being here. Got a picture of me now. There you go. There you go. Appreciate it. Thank you for that. Yeah, I don't know why, but every time Jackson comments, the views go way up. Biocells and oxides and superconductors. Miniature electronic mechanical parts, viral agent, transmitter, polytextile. Okay, so all of these. We have viral agent. I think we have transmitters. Transmitters, I think, are on the other. Polytextiles. We're definitely going to change that one. We're not building any more silicate glass. Oop, what's this one? Polyamerids. Yeah, I don't think we're building any more of those. Oh, no, we just restarted the fibers. So, yeah, we will build those just so we have them. Hazmat, polytextile. What's here? No polytextiles. Expedited transfer to here. Let's get some of this stuff out of here. So the neocoms, we're going to move. Oop, wrong one. I don't think we need the bacteria anymore. We don't need the microfiber shielding. Save those. Silicate glass. We need all the rest. All right, so let's move those. Okay. Biocells we're building. Superconductors we're going to have to get. Miniature electronics, mechanical parts, super tensile. We have this. We just don't have it right at the moment. So let's switch this to planetary vehicles. Transmitter, viral agent, polytextiles. Transmitter, viral agent, polyamerids, no polytextiles. I think I have polytextiles back here. This is the problem, is I can't see what I got. I bow to you, almonxy. All hail the hero. Poly, OP, polytextiles. So I do have polytextiles there, so I can bring those. And there might actually be some here. Are there some in here? Polytextiles? No. No. Okay, cool. Superconductors. We need superconductors. We're building those on Falstaff's planet, so we'll have to ship those over. And we also need guidance systems, which I must have shipped back to him. So superconductors and guidance system. Make sure we check that. So that's the problem with Notepad. Superconductors, guidance systems. So that's the problem with Notepad, is I can only see it on one account. My Notepad is different for each one. All right. All right, so let's go back. Dock.
Warp drive active.
We're going to switch this one. No, I don't remember which one we did. I closed it again. God damn it, I hate when I do that. Every frickin' time.
Docking permission requested. Docking request.
Do you know about mailing lists? Yes. I think I'm on yours. Or maybe that's your channel in your in-game mail. I don't think I've used any, but integrity. I clicked on that. Probably because I freaking docked. If I don't quit shutting this damn window. Superconductors I don't have. Oxides I have. Biocells I'm building. Miniature electronics, super tensiles, mechan we have. We have all those. Transmitter polytextiles, we have all those. I'm going to do hazmat detection system. All right. So let's make this hazmat detection system. Ah, where's it at? It's not there. There it is. All right, so they're not here now. Viral agents are, but we're going to save those, I think. Are they? No, the viral agents aren't there. They're here. I haven't moved them over yet. Yeah. All right. All right, so from here, we're going to synthetic, create route. What's the other one? Yeah, it should be here too. That's what this one's supposed to be. It's a trans microcontroller. That's what this is supposed to be. Oh, for Christ's sake. I had a nickel for every frickin' time I did that. No, there's the microcontrollers. Would you stop it? God almighty, you double guessing yourself. All right, leave it. You can set up your mailing list for your alts. Good way to update information for them all. Oh, okay. I didn't realize that. I'll have to check that out. But this one should have the trans microcontrollers should be there. They are. All right. Submit. All right. All right, let's put this back here. We're going to put the polyamerids in here. Polytextiles. We also need the oxides. Super tensile. Mechanical parts. It's not a lot of mechanical parts. Miniature electronics. All right. What's my window here? 2 hours. All right. I'm going to leave that stuff on there. You can't unsee my junk is true. They stay with you forever. You can't unsee rhythm. There you go. That makes sense. And you can't unsee Jackson's junk.
Connecting.
All right, guidance systems and superconductors. Let's see. Boom. All right, minimize you. Resources. Yeah, there's my guidance systems. Good. And there's my superconductors. Good. All right, cool. Ah, I didn't gift him the supercomputers. That's all right. All right, so let's send these to Rage. It'll take care of those. All right, cool. All right, that takes care of those. I need the guidance systems, though, also for when I build the hammerheads, I think. I don't know why I give up. Yeah, I need the guidance systems. So yeah, but he's building more, so that won't be a problem. I'm still waiting on these, so it won't matter. All right. Had no idea you two were that close. Yeah. Way too close. Way too close. All right. So now I'm going to fly this Cryos back, or fly the Cryos to Hogamo, and then fly the rock hauler back to Yufine. Actually, let's check the jumps. Make sure we don't have a gate camp that propped up. because that would ruin my day. You always get a nice little jump scare when the rats show and target you. Yeah, exactly. Can't believe screwed that up.
Warp drive active.
All right, I think I'm gonna run to the bathroom quick. Do you guys want to do the picture one? I probably won't be that long. Opting out? Okay. No worries. All right, I'm going to run to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Actually, let me dock first. Come on. I was going to try and wait for the end of the stream, but didn't think I was going to make it. All right.
Warp drive
I'll be right
active.
back. I think I'm going to keep my headset on.
Docking request accepted.
that, I think I'll have another whiskey. He now has to sit. Procedure asking time to the. He now has to sit. Procedure adding time to. Yeah, exactly. All right. So let me take these out. Because that would be just my luck that I would switch ships here and forget to take those. So that's the whole reason, one of the reasons I'm going back. Alright. Let's check the gate camp again just because I screwed around. Since they all want a shot at me. More whiskey. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's only noon, 12:30 here. Forgot to set my destination. Alright, here we go.
Warp drive active.
I actually lost connection several times tonight, but haven't lost it. I shouldn't say that, but haven't lost it at least in an hour. So that's kind of, maybe they fixed whatever it was. I never did check the trace route, Scimitar. I must have scanned over 106 today, kind of fried. That'll definitely do it. They all start running together at that point. They all start running together.
Warp drive active.
They all start running together. What's your ship there? This is Miasmos. I call it my rock hauler. So this is what I use to haul the ore from Euphene to Venolent. I don't know why. Did you guys hear the Dwayne? I didn't hear Dwayne.
She
there it comes.
put him out like the burning end of a midnight cigarette. She broke his heart. He spent his whole life trying to forget. We watched him drink his pain away, little at a time, but he never could get drunk enough to get her off his mind until the night. He put that bottle to his head and pulled the trigger and finally drank away her memory. Life is short, but this time it was bigger, and the strength he had to get up off his knees.
Dwayne the Rock Johnson. I'm training up the porpoise, yeah. Yeah, Miasma. DLH, good to see you. I didn't see you sneak in. Almost there. I need the compression skills. Compression skills, expensive one. 500 million, I think. But it's worth it. Much as I hate to say it. Does make life easier. Does make life. It just got mining foreman 4. Yeah. I'm actually, Falstaff is working on Fleet Command 5. Only another 36 days. $200 million by itself. There you go. Yep. Oh, only 200 million. Okay, I thought it was 500 million. 200 million. That's a piece of cake. Gonna buy on the market. There you go. Yep. Yeah, it's worth it. It's worth it. Compression skill. Where's that located? It is under. Good question. Actually, if you go up here to the search. So it is under fleet support, looks like. Nope. No, resource processing. Resource processing. Yeah, so if you go up here in this search under all skills, you can do a search. And it'll show you where it's at. Unfortunately, it doesn't show you. It shows you, but it doesn't show you where it's located. It gives you, it highlights that there's 2 of them, so. Yep, shipboard compression. Yep. So yeah, it's under reprocessing. Definitely gets lost in there. I would have expected it to be under support, fleet support. And it did say there was one compression one there. Maybe that's capital. Capital shipboard compression technology. So there is one under fleet support. There it is. Fleet compression logistics. And that increases the range that you can compress. Which is good to know.
Drive active.
Also shield and command burst. Yep. I'll have level 4 by the weekend. There you go. Yeah, I didn't even check to see what level mine was. I don't know that the levels make much difference, to be honest. Shipboard compression. Mine's 5. Capital shipboard compression I don't have. And I don't have gas decompression. I don't know what that is. I think there's also gas compression, I thought, but I don't see that one.
Drive active.
Only for command capital ships. There it is. Yep. We're down to the last 25 minutes of the stream, so appreciate you guys. Decompression is for uncompressing gas for reactions. Okay, that makes sense. Decompression, would that be a fart? Yeah, yeah. That's probably the uncompression. It's taking it, sometimes it takes it from a gas to a solid, but yeah, that's a whole different issue.
Warp drive active.
You train it to lose less on reprocessing. That makes sense. Or liquid. Yeah, liquid is probably more appropriate. I don't know if it's ever truly solid. No, that is a good question. Where is the line between solid and liquid? When you can't shimmy to the restroom on time. That's where I was. That's why I was going to try and wait till the end of the stream, and I thought, no, I better go now. And I'm glad I did. We didn't start the fire. But Scoot and Boogie, yeah. Probably a messy line. It is a very messy line. That liquid to solid, right. Has to be a liquid before solid if it starts as a gas. Aren't you guys nerds? Yeah. So it goes from a gas to a liquid to a solid. Yeah. Yeah, I guess technically we would be considered nerds, but we're crappy nerds. Oh, we played Words on Stream earlier, DLH. Sorry, we didn't wait for you. But we got the level 10, I think, before we got beat. Inui was on, and they actually picked up a lot of big words for us. They were covering your job.
Drive active.
Stop with the homicide, children of the litter mind. I crash at 5-6. Yeah, I understand. That's usually when I have my nap. Right when it starts to get dark. It's usually raining around then too. And so then I take a nice 2-hour nap, and that helps me out. That helps me cover when the wife wants to stay up till 2 in the morning watching TV. She's got to get up at 4 a.m. tomorrow, though, so I don't think that's going to be a problem. No, I don't know. She may still want to stay up.
Drive active.
We bought Mission Impossible 8. So we're going to watch that today. I mined in Pocvid on DRB stream. Good job. Yeah, Pocven's one I've been thinking about to get the Nox. I haven't really looked into it, but it's worth it, yeah. Every time I go to Pocven, I get killed. I either get killed by the NPCs or I get killed by PCs. Yeah.
Drive active.
It's made it so that I'm gun shy to go to Pocven. I always use the wormholes, so I'm thinking maybe I should do the filament, because then that might work better, because then they won't know where to look for me. Tasselite is your target for Nox. Yep. Get Nox at your nearest I've tried the wormhole. I never get Nox in the wormhole. That's the problem. I was using the wormholes for Nox, and all the wormholes I hit, they didn't have Nox. Yeah. Yeah, they didn't have Nox. They had ores that gave everything but Nox.
Warp drive active.
Which was really frustrating. You know, maybe I just was getting unlucky, but yeah, the Tasselite, that's the one I've been thinking about since you mentioned it the last time. Oh, I don't remember. Arknor was one, which gives Megasite, Mex, and Pyrite. Bisset was another one. That gives Mex and Zidrine and Pyrite. There's Compressed Arknor. Bisset. Ness, which I'm probably not pronouncing right, but that has Isogen. Yeah, everyone I went to, that's what they had. They had the Ness, the Bisset, and the Arknor. And then they'd have like Pyrite or something. If I can find some of these, which I never find, that's got Nox in it. But yeah, I never find that one. The Dark Ochre actually is in the Empire Belts. Emerite, yeah. Look for Abyssal. Beds is another. Yeah. Those are baby ores, yeah. Like I said, I must have just been the wormholes that I was exploring. Those were the ore belts that they had. And they were all the same. So, well, yeah, I did them 1 week. I did like 3 days that week. I mined ore in a wormhole and didn't get any Nox. All right, we're back in Upine.
Drive active.
240 ISO 90 Knox. Which one's that? Hemorite. Okay. Yeah, the Hemorite is supposed to be... The Hemorite is supposed to be in those new Mordinium belts, but every Mordinium one I've gone to, the Hemorite's not there. Either somebody already mined it out, or it was never there to begin with. But yeah. But yeah, that's why DLH mentioned that Pacman has some good knocks. So FAFO, a Monday fleet to Pacman. We could try that. A little more dangerous, but all right. Put these babies on here. All right. Now what do we want to do? Astrohouse or Stick. I mentioned it at DRB 3 months ago. He's finally seeing I was correct. Yeah. What did you have your stuff in that wormhole? What did you have your stuff in that wormhole? I don't. Are you talking to me, Blue Gray? Astrohouse or? Now my stuff is all in the customs offices in the wormhole I'm in. Backs against the wall. Yeah, it's all in the custom office. Yeah, I don't have a structure there. Yeah, yep. Yeah, I don't have a structure there. It's just all in the customs offices. Spit it out. All right, let me put these. Let me put these here. Otherwise, I will forget them. And then we'll be in trouble. All right. So now I'm going to... There's Slipstream. Been keeping an eye out for wormhole. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. We have 2 structures and custom offices. Yeah. Yeah, Torvy we already checked and it was not. It was a Mordinium belt. So...
Warp drive active.
No. Nobody, as far as I know, is in my wormhole. Well, there's somebody living there, but and it's not my wormhole. It was where we lived 20 years ago, so 15 years ago. No, if she was, I could probably make a deal with her to get my stuff out. Somebody lives there. It's some other corp. Bum, 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 bum. Hmm. Is this the love? All right, let's see who's out here that we're going to raid. Yesterday, I actually did a vote, which I kind of liked, but I did it way too late. So, Anarchos is out here. Chaos. Autonomous. I think we're going to raid Autonomous. I don't think I'm going to put it to a vote. Autonomous is out there. I think we're going to raid Autonomous. Yeah. So he's been gone for 4 hours. Yeah, I think we'll raid Autonomous. Alt, no skull, alt, no skull, alt, no skull. I don't know that one. I don't see odd no skull. The donk, yep. Yeah, so we'll raid the donk. The long duck donger.
Warp drive
Oh. It's Gawny. It's a new streamer. He's okay. Gawny. Oh, I see. It's Gawny. Yeah. Maybe we'll raid him one of the other days. Yeah, I see him out there. I never get a chance to raid Autonomous, and he's probably not going to be there, but... All right, Blue Gray. Have a good one. Appreciate ya. Yeah, so we'll raid Gawny one of the other days. All right, let me jump back to Venelin. Halima. Yeah, so 19 hours is what I have, Blue Gray. But yeah, let's... I'm gonna fly to Venelin, but while we're doing that, we're gonna go ahead and get ready to start raiding. I think everybody is sub now since Jackson went wild. Thanks again, Jackson. And but yeah, we'll raid out to Autonomous. I never get to raid Autonomous. Pay him back. And then we'll check out Goonie later on, maybe tomorrow. Actually, tomorrow. Yeah, no, we still got 2 days left this week. We'll give him some love. We also don't have that many people today. Hopefully, we'll do it on a day where we have some more people. Really give him a boost. Everybody's dropped off now.
active.
Al, appreciate ya. DLH, Blue Gray, Jackson, as of course Jackson, Scimitar, Jerry Can. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching. Get the raid set up. By the time I dock, we'll be ready to go.
Warp drive active.
Autonomous has got some good tunes going, so. But yeah, we will see you guys tomorrow, same time. I'm starting, like I said, I'm starting a half hour earlier, so around 9 o'clock Eastern, 9 p.m. Eastern, or 9 a.m. Philippine time. But I will see you guys tomorrow. Appreciate you, and thanks again. Talk to you later.